In a competition announced by god Athra, Elora, the goddess of goodness, saves the princess 2 times from Tyrus, who tries to kill her both times. Elora uses a magic mirror to see who Tyrus's enemy is. The mirror reveals that Tyrus's wife is his enemy. Elora asks why, and time rewinds, showing that Nicole is in love with Louis. Tyrus secretly kills Nicole and marries Louise. Tyrus then takes Louis to a secret place and shows her the bloodline scepter and crown. Louise plans to steal the crown and scepter to stop Tyrus from becoming king. For that she uses Nicole's friend Boris. Boris is surrounded by pirates as he steals the scepter and crown and sails across the sea to Cobra Island. Tyrus panics when he knows that the scepter and crown have been stolen and orders the soldiers to search for the thieves at sea. "12 horses hurried toward the ruined temple. Tyrus and the general reached the temple quickly on their horses. Tyrus stopped his horse suddenly, causing all the horses to stop. "Everyone, stay still," Tyrus said as he got off his horse. Then he ran towards the temple in the forest. Confused, the commander and the other soldiers stood still, watching Tyrus run. Inside the temple, Tyrus found an open passage near the wall. Understanding what had happened, Tyrus thought to himself, "They've stolen our crown. If it wasn't here today but it was here 2 days ago, it must have been taken last night." He closed the tunnel entrance, and left the temple to search the surroundings. Near a tree, Tyrus found horse tracks and dung, indicating that 2 people had arrived on horseback. He concluded, whoever dares to steal from the royal treasury will definitely won't stay in this country. They'll try to leave. Tyrus hurried back to his soldiers. The commander looked at him with surprise. Then he returned to the ruined temple and noticed another path on the other side. He asked the commander, "Do you know where this path goes?" One of the soldiers replied, "My lord, it goes to the beach." Tyrus quickly got on his horse and rode down the path, followed by the commander and the soldiers. They soon reached the marshland on the coast. 2 horses were alone near the swamp. Seeing them, Tyrus understood. He thought it was their horse. He hurried into the swamp and found a rope tied to a tree and marks of a boat in the river. He understood that the thieves who stole the crown had escaped by boat. Shivering, Tyrus sat against a nearby tree, feeling unsure of what to do next. The commander approached Tyrus, who seemed lost in thought. "Is everything all right, your majesty?" he asked. Tyrus woke up and said, "The royal treasure has been stolen and the thieves escaped by sea. We can't let this news spread. You need to go to our naval base immediately, take a ship, and search the sea. If you spot any boat with a box bearing the royal seal and bring them back. Hurry, go." He instructed the commander to take soldiers along. Tyrus then mounted his horse and rode swiftly towards the palace. As he left, the commander told his soldiers to follow him to the naval base and headed towards the naval base. Arriving at the palace, Tyrus went straight to the chamber and stood in front of Louis. His face looked troubled, like something bad had happened. "The crown and the scepter have been stolen from the secret place," Tyrus said, staring at Louis. He noticed Louis's shocked expression. "I can't become king without them," he added. "What do you mean? Is the crown really stolen?" Louis acted excellently. "Right now, only you and I know about the secret room and where the crown is. It's impossible for someone to take it without us knowing," Tyrus said, giving Louis a questioning look. Louis replied confidently, "Just like how you showed me the secret place, why wouldn't your brother show it to his daughter Jane? You haven't been able to kill her yet. She's still alive as the heir to this country." Tyrus agreed, "You're right. I've tried twice but failed to kill her. To prevent me from becoming king. But now, someone else must have helped her steal the crown." Tyrus was now convinced that Jane was the thief. Seeing his expression change, Louis knew that Tyrus no longer suspected her. "So, what's your plan now?" Louis asked sadly. "Well, I can't become king until I get the crown back," Tyrus replied irritably before hurrying out of the room. Louis looked at him with a smile. A pirate ship was sailing in the sea. The thief and Boris lay on the ground, tied up with their hands and feet bound. Pirates around them. Boris raised his head slightly. The pirate captain opened the box and took the crown in his hand. He also took the scepter. He approached, holding them. He grabbed Boris's hair and lifted him up. "I'm a big pirate. You look like an even bigger pirate than me," he laughed.